First, the top news headlines. All Manipur Working Journalists Union celebrates 48th Foundation Day. Works Minister Govindas Konthosam assures state government will hold discussion to increase pension amount of retired journalists to 15,000 rupees per month. State Education Department facing hardships, hindrances due to shortage of teachers, says Education Minister Thanauzam Basantakumar. Notes there are only 10,000 teachers instead of needed 17,000 teachers. District administrations across state observes Hill Leaders Day and Miyam Ginumit People's Day. And Manipur logs 2 new COVID-19 cases, 0 deaths in last 24 hours. State's recovery rate improves to 98.44%. A very good evening. You are watching IS Prime Time English News. Before we begin, IS News would like to remind our viewers to practice physical distancing, hand hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself and get vaccinated to ward off COVID-19. This is Suraj Khongban Tabam giving you the news. Now the news in detail. All Manipur Working Journalists Union AMJU held its 48th Foundation Day today. The event was held at Manipur Press Club in Mizorkul. Speaking at the event, Works Minister Govindas Konthosam assured that the state government will hold necessary discussion to increase the pension amount of retired journalists to 15,000 rupees per month. He emphasized the significant role of journalists in a democratic country, adding that they provide news and discuss events taking place in the state, country and the world as a whole, stating that media plays an important role in bridging gaps between the government and the people. He highlighted the role of journalists in peace building, improving governance and act as knowledge brokers. Minister Govindas further assured to improve the infrastructure of Manipur Press Club and further said that initiatives will be made to construct 2 guest rooms for visiting journalists and also to install lift in the building. IPR Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan, President of Editors Guild Manipur EGM Khogendra Khomdram, AMJU President Wangkhemcha Samjai and many journalists from various media firms took part in the event. Attendees also paid floral tribute at the Paumi Ningsing Nungbi located inside the club complex in honor of the late journalists during the event.
Media houses Mari Suba Ganata Paleva Yawabaya Port Nikan Musumam, communal rights Hogan Musumameva, communal rights Hogan the Musumame, Sentence Samana, Article Amana, Hogan Munamba. Missing Alois Apuna, Union Asibu, Amazon Union Asida, Yawiriva, journalist, Maxim Sekoi, respect of Pomtoi, Mapoibo, Apuna, Hiram putting the support of Pomtoi and Lozava, Dumba, Tamoy the Lezay and Ayamina, Tamzage, Honorable Chief Minister, Masama, journalist, so Virapa, Awaga, and my Mathing, Avila, and Mahaki Matamani,
Education Minister Thanauzam Basantakumar lamented that the State Education Department is facing hardships and hindrances owing to shortage of teachers and asserted that there ought to be 17,000 teachers in the state. However, there are only 10,000 teachers at present. The minister said the same during the Golden Jubilee celebration of DM College of Teachers Education DMCT at the College Jubilee Hall today. The organizing committee of the Golden Jubilee celebration organized the event. Minister Basantakumar said that processes are underway for rationalization of teachers to facilitate in transfer and postings. He asserted that the state government has always worked for the welfare of the teachers and will continue the same. He urged the teachers to extend their support and encouragements in paving ways and life path for the students and youths who are the future of the society. He mentioned that displaying photographs of every teacher and non-teaching staff at their respective schools has facilitated in improving the education system. Basantakumar highlighted the role of teachers in the society and said that teachers are the pillar of strength and the guiding force in a student's lives, adding that they are held in high regard in the society. He also mentioned that a committee has been formed to enable in production of books which depicts the true history and culture of the state.
amada aigona message tore sigi oza se tara mari lidung se mapan di character thamanga to se kamai tore no nonga laga pani inquiry tor kan chuma me hari oza sing no suspend to dia thamanga to school karam dre toloti dum charam so many issues are there, but what I just want to say that is aikoigi laiba ozagi shortage laiba oza oigador ko mayam yaurim dina akoi encourage to ning maneba become teachers by choice not by accident aduga hayeng oza ora matungda oza sing ki profession dugi protect on oza sidi it's a very noble profession I say I give to akoi manipur ro oza ina I say highest respect ne honorable CM the kase oza I say all respect oza I say mar mayam lai reba ozi mayam.
Speaking at the event, MLA of Thangmaiban constituency K.H. Joykisan urged the people to be aware of the tactics by some individuals to create animosity, disunity and hatred amongst the people. He maintained that teachers play a pivotal role in ushering peace and progress in the society. He stressed the need to produce more efficient teachers to guide the youths and upcoming generation. Vice-Chancellor of DM University, Professor N. Rajmohan, Principal of DM College of Teachers Education, Dr. R.K. Lokendra, and many people took part in the event.
I don't know what is being taught here and what is the syllabus here. I think the idea came like Oza Singh Karamba behavior, Chatlaga, Karamba attitude, Chatlaga, Karamba techniques, Chinaga, Ma, you might Sata Sata mentality can be Masakamai Hungary, expert me am later.
With an aim to achieve the state government's objective to make government citizen-centric, proactive and program implementations effective, several district administrations across the state observed Hill Leaders Day and Miyam Ginumit People's Day today and handed out schemes and other benefits provided by the state government to the people. People's grievances were also heard and addressed. District Administration Thoubal organized Miyam Ginumit People's Day at the Counting Hall of Deputy Commissioner's Office Complex, Thoubal today. District level officers also dispose of various grievances raised by the people during the program. DC Thoubal have also taken up 231 applications for consideration. Speaking at the event, Thoubal DC Ahanthem Subhash said that grievances mostly on certain public services, including beneficiaries-oriented schemes like CMHT, PMGAY, old age pension and disability-related benefits were raised by the beneficiaries. He assured that necessary instructions have been given to the concerned department settle the cases at the earliest. He also urged the public to use the forum to address their grievances and submit their suggestions. Ujwala LPG gas connections were provided to 11 women beneficiaries and 11 food society licenses were also distributed to selected 11 beneficiaries during the event. District Administration Jiribam organized the 3rd Miyam Ginumit and Hill Leaders Day at Chingdong Leikai DC Complex, Jiribam. Additional Deputy Commissioner Jiribam Jemshan Hangsing, SDO Jiribam S. Indrajit, Zonal Education Officer T.H. Amurasi Chanu, EEPH EDW Anand Kumar Singh, DGM MSP DCL K. Kiran Kumar, SDC Borobekra M. Devananda and other district level officers of various government departments of the district attended the event. Certain public services, which includes various beneficiaries-oriented schemes like CMHT, PMGAY, old age pension, CM Widow pension scheme and disability-related benefits, etc., were delivered by the concerned departments on the spot besides rendering of services to many individuals of the district by the departments such as agriculture, horticulture and soil conservation, health, social welfare, CAF and PD, etc. The Department of Horticulture and Soil Conservation also distributed around 200 of banana saplings to a selected farmer, while CAF and PD department distributed 4 LPG cylinders to selected beneficiaries. Besides, 24 old age pension scheme, Chief Minister Widow pension scheme and CMST forms were also issued by the Social Welfare Department. On the other hand, 2 MSEID kits, 1 wheelchair and 2 hearing aids under inclusive education for desirable IED scheme under Samagra Siksha Manipur SIS were provided to selected children with special needs CWSN through JEO Jiribam. Agriculture Department also distributed micronutrients and plant protection and insecticides to the farmers affected with pest infestation. ERI application forms for cultivation of ERI food plants and rearing house were also issued by District Sericulture Office. Additional Deputy Commissioner Jiribam heard the grievances of the people one by one and instructed the concerned department officials to redress their grievances. More than 135 applicants of various issues were also received for the necessary action. On the sideline of the event, ADC Jemson Hang Singh stressed the importance of organizing such an event and urged the people to reap the benefits arranged by the government. He also thanked the government officials of the district and public for making the event a grand success. The third edition of the District Hill Leaders and Miyam Ginimit was also held at Multipurpose Hall Mini Secretariat DC Complex in Chandel today. It may be mentioned that Hill Leaders Day and the Miyam Ginimit was started in the year 2017 under the leadership of Chief Minister Nongthomen Biren at CM Secretariat with the objectives of bridging the Hill Valley divides and to provide inclusive development and also to address the problems faced by the people and extend maximum support to the needy people of the state. With the approval of the Cabinet, for the first time, this program was launched on August 15 in the district to bring the government services at the doorsteps of the general public. During the program, Deputy Commissioner Mayang Lambam Rajkumar announced that the next Miyam Ginimit and Hill Leaders Day will be organized at different locations of the district so that people of different areas of the district can take the advantages of the day. ADC Chandel Muhammad Firoj Khan and SDOs of the all three subdivisions interacted with the village leaders and discussed their issues one by one during the program. Applications of various issues related to developmental works and others were received for the necessary actions. As usual, different departments like health, social welfare, agriculture, ICDS and all the other departments of the district rendered services to many individuals of the district. Many beneficiaries, SDOs, DLOs and other officials of the district attended the program. Manipur registered just 5 fresh COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the state's cumulative coronavirus cases to 1,39,780. Out of which 31 are active cases. According to the latest updates from COVID-19 Command Control Room, no individuals succumbed to the COVID in the last 24 hours. Death toll remains at 2,148. Meanwhile, on a positive note, 3 individuals recuperated from the disease in the last 24 hours. With this, state's recovered cases has increased to 1,37,601. Recovery rate has improved to 98.44%, while state's daily positivity rate has dropped to 0.9%. India has reported a spike of 6,298 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the country's cash load to over 4.45 crore, while active cash load has increased to 46,748. The country also reported 23 new COVID-related deaths in the last 24 hours, taking the total death count to over 5.28 lakh. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, 5,916 recoveries were registered in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of recoveries to over 4.39 crore. The country's recovery rate stands at 98.71%. Over 216.17 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 61 crore and 62 lakh, while more than 65 lakh 26,000 have succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus and recoveries are above 59 crore and 54 lakh. Globally, United States of America has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. A team of Imphalis commando arrested an individual in possession of seized numerous bottles of cough syrup at Mantripurkri. The arrested person has been identified as 21-year-old Thanglemon, care of Jin Lal of Laljom Lianveng, Chingkonpang in Churachandpur district. The team led by Imphalis commando ASI Victor conducted normal frisking and checking at Mantripurkri near Durga Mandir yesterday, during which the team spotted one white-colored Tata Winger bearing registration number MN06LA3936 driving from Koirengai side towards Imphal, following which the team stopped the vehicle for checking. Upon searching the vehicle, the team seized 2 carton boxes containing 300 bottles of cough syrup, which are labeled as MMD cough syrup, from inside the vehicle. The team also recovered 1 mobile phone, 1 Aadhaar card from his possession. The arrested person and the seized items have been handed over to Hengang Police Station for further legal actions. A combined team of Thobal Commando Unit, Nongpok Sekmai Police Station personnel and of 16 Assam Rifles arrested 1 active cadres of a proscribed outfit from Mayai Kaitel today. The arrested person has been identified as 25-year-old Moirang Them Niraj, alias Yaima, son of M. Ingocha of Huikap Mayalikai. Acting on a tip-off, the team led by Additional SP Operations Thobal O. Wangkhomba, officer in charge of Thobal Unit Commando K. Netaranjan, under the overall supervision of Thobal SP Jogesh Chandra Haubism, arrested him during frisking and checking at Mayai Kaitel near Forest Office around 9:30 a.m. Upon interrogation, it was found that Niraj joined the outfit in April 2021. He reportedly received his basic military training at Mithit training camp of 42 JHQ battalion in Myanmar. The arrested person has been handed over to Nongpok Sekmai and a case has been registered for further necessary legal actions. Well, it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be back with latest news and updates.
Saruk Yabiu, Adomsu Suksoi Soidana Saruk Yabiu, Students Union of Kanglaipak Sukna Sinjaba, Open Debating Competition, Kanglaipak Manipur da Drugs Ki Mahum Sarivasi, Lengaki, Taurang Toksil, Mapung Pada Badagini.
Mosan Sida Adomi Kariwa Kanolai Bibagi.
Mosan Sida Adomi Motari Libagi.
Adom Gikari Wakal Labage Hybadu, debate the Pongopi.
Students Union of Kanglaipak Sukna Sinjaba, Open Debating Competition Asi.
Sahigi Kenaba, Mahigi Kenaba Legend.
Imalebak Lamdam, Asidagi, Sahida Bachinja, a drugs in Asibu, Mangan Kinaba, Amadi Mutataba Honabada.
Adom Susanga.
Ahan Bamana 30,000 plus certificate with memento, Ali Subamana 20,000 plus certificate with memento, Ahum Subamana 10,000 plus certificate with memento, Mari Subadagina Tara Suba Fawbana consolation prize Tamzari.
Student Unions of Kanglaipak Sukna Sinba.
Open Debating Competition Asi.
Lakliba September Gitang, Taratare to
Thangzanumit, Ayoki Puma Pantava Matamda, Konung Mamanga Laiba, Sandra Ketty Auditorium Hall.
Welcome back. After the break, you are watching IS Primetime English News. Manipur joined the rest of the globe in observing World Ozone Day today. The theme for World Ozone Day 2022 is Global Cooperation Protecting Life on Earth. The day is observed to spread awareness among people about the depletion of ozone layer and find possible solutions to preserve it. On this day, people from all over the world hold various programs on the ozone layer. Secretary of Khalei Silop Khasil, Thokchom Lamzingba highlighted the harmful effects of chemical fertilizer on human health, asserting that most of the plants and crops produced in the state are loaded with chemical fertilizers. He was speaking during the flagging of wall poster and hoarding campaign for promoting organic agriculture in Manipur at Kanglaget today. Khasil organized the event on the occasion of World Ozone Day 2022. Thokchom Lamzingba stressed the need for the farmers to practice organic farming. He asserted that the campaign aimed in producing abundant organic produce and make Manipur a self-sufficient state and urged the people to extend their support and cooperation towards the same.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯍꯥꯔ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯣꯔꯒꯥꯅꯤꯛ ꯑꯣꯜꯂꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯁꯨ ꯃꯄꯥꯟꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯃꯤꯄꯥꯟ ꯇꯥꯡꯗꯣꯔꯤ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯅ ꯏꯄꯥ ꯏꯄꯨꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯍꯥꯔꯁꯤ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯝꯃꯒꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯒꯗꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯤꯄꯨꯝ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯧꯃꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯝꯕ ꯍꯩꯍꯧꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯆꯪꯏ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯋꯥꯜ ꯄꯣꯁꯇꯔ ꯊꯦꯠꯄ ꯍꯣꯜꯗꯤꯡ ꯀꯦꯝꯄꯦꯟ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯠ ꯀꯣꯔꯅꯔ ꯃꯤꯇꯤꯡ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯀꯦꯃꯦꯔꯥ ꯃꯤꯇꯤꯡ ꯈꯨꯟꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯀꯦꯃꯦꯔꯥ ꯃꯤꯇꯤꯡ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯗꯤꯁꯇ꯭ꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯔꯥꯃꯨꯛꯇꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯔꯂꯣꯡꯗ ꯇꯧꯖꯒꯅꯤ
YK College at Wangzing in Thoubal district also observed World Ozone Day today. YK College Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Environment Club and Committee for Observation of State, National and International Days jointly organized the event on the theme Global Cooperation Protecting Life on Earth at the college mini conference hall. Speaking at the event, Principal of YK College Wangzing, Soibam Giri said that World Ozone Day is celebrated every year on September 16. He asserted that the event aimed to raise awareness on health effects of ultraviolet rays and discuss ways to prevent global warming. Assistant Professor of YK College Chemistry Department, T.H. Ritendra, Assistant Professor of History Department, Hoipi Hakeb, Assistant Professor of Environment Sciences Department, N. Sovarani Devi, Assistant Professor of Botany Department, Toperzit, and Assistant Professor of Geography Department, V.S. Soremi, were the resource persons at the event. Many teachers, students of the college participated in the event. Renowned playwright Buddha Chingtham has been accorded with the Samatha Lifetime Achievement International Award for Theatre and Dramatic Arts. Buddha is a Meta awardee, Mahindra Excellence in Theatre Awards, critic and a columnist of Shanghai Express, one of the largest circulated paper in the state. The award was handed over to him during the Red Carpet Teachers' Day International Conference Award held at Hotel Dwarkamai in Nagpur. Buddha Chingtham has also been invited by founder chairman of Gandhi Ashram Puri, Bali, Indonesia to participate in the upcoming SSA International Conference to be held at Indonesia on December. He has also been nominated by General Secretary of SSA Manipur Chapter. Krishi Vigyan Kendra KVK Thoubal kicked off 5-day training program on organic farming of vegetables, crops at KVK Thoubal Training Hall today. Manipur Organic Mission Agency MoMA, Department of Horticulture and Soil Conservation Manipur sponsored the program. MoMA Project Director K. Devdatta Sharma, Rice Breeder of Rice Research Station Wangbal N. Kumar, KVK Thoubal Senior Scientist and Head Dr. S. Jasmarani, KVK Thoubal Agronomy Subject Matter Specialist and Tomba, and many people took part in the event. Many experts, including KVK Thoubal, Bishnupur, Churachandpur, Tamenglong, South Garo Hills, Northeast India, OneCert International Private Limited, DZM, and Department of Agriculture, MOVC, the project officer gave resourceful insights of benefits of organic farming, nutri-garden construction, pest management, organic inputs, etc. at the program. Extension farmers of agriculture, horticulture and soil conservation of Thoubal district, CEOs of Farmers Producer Organization FPO took part in the event. Joint Director, District Veterinary Office, Thoubal Kakching held training program on entrepreneurship development of breed improvement in poultry, piggery, cattle, including feed and fodder development today. The program was held under National Livestock Mission. Ex-Councillor of Kakching Municipal Council, P. Sanahal, S. Premita, and President of Piggery Farmers Association, Kakching M. Jugeshwar, and many people took part in the program held at Library and Information Center, Kakching Auditorium. Veterinary Department doctors T.H. Binita stressed on scientific rearing of poultry, while Dr. Bhagavati spoke on scientific rearing of pig, and Dr. S.H. Brozendro gave insights on scientific rearing of cattle at the program. Around 150 livestock farmers participated in the training program. India will host the 9th session of governing body of the International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture, ITP-GRFA, from 19 to 24 September 2022 in New Delhi. Briefing the media, Secretary ANFW said the biodiversity in food and agriculture needs to be conserved to protect the rights of the farmers. He informed that eminent scientists and resource persons will be participating from many countries across the globe. He added that deliberations during the session will facilitate to develop the climate-resilient varieties and also a roadmap for exchange of scientific information on plant genetic resources for increasing crops production and productivity. ITP-GRFA is a legally binding comprehensive agreement adopted in November 2001 at Rome during the 31st session of Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, which entered into force on June 29, 2004, and currently has 149 contracting parties, including India. The treaty provides solutions to achieve food and nutritional security as well as climate-resilient agriculture. The country is endowed with rich crop genetic resources and has successfully established legal, institutional and scholastic infrastructure to utilize the genetic diversity for breeding new varieties. With this unique status and as GB9 host, India is expected to play a crucial role in minimizing the dissonance between technology-rich developed and gene-rich developing countries to achieve functional resolutions on critical agenda items. As thousands of people continue to line up in London for a chance to have a last glimpse of Queen Elizabeth II's coffin during her laying in state at Westminster Palace, the government announced that the entry will be paused for 6 hours as the queue at Southwark Park has reached capacity. The queue reportedly hit a length of 5 miles. The royal family tweeted that Southwark Park has reached capacity and said that entry will be paused for at least 6 hours. It also apologized for the inconvenience and urged the people not to attempt to join the queue until it reopens. The Queen's coffin, borne on a gun carriers of the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery, arrived in procession from Buckingham Palace to the Palace of Westminster on September 14. The Queen is laying in state at the Westminster Hall under vigil until the funeral. The royal family, in a statement, said Queen Elizabeth II will be laid to the rest at Westminster Abbey, followed by a committal service at St. George's Chapel in Windsor on September 19. She breathed her last on September 9. She was 96. The state funeral of the Queen will take place at Westminster Abbey on September 19. A committal service at St. George's Chapel, Windsor, will also take place later the same day. Elements of the state funeral service and the associated ceremonial arrangements will pay tribute to the Queen's extraordinary reign and the Queen's remarkable life of service as head of state, nation and Commonwealth. The funeral will be attended by major leaders from all around the world. However, 6 countries have been left out from the list. According to reports, Russia, Belarus, Myanmar, Venezuela, Syria and Afghanistan will not be receiving any invitation to the royal funeral. Let's now have the sports news. In sports today, DUC Charangpat and WYFC Wangjing defeated their opponents in their respective league matches of the ongoing El Memcha Devi Memorial Super Division Football League 2022. In the 31st league match played at Wangjing Kodompokpi Sports Complex today, DUC Charangpat beat SWYC Charangpat by 2-1. For the winners, Dayal Sana and Sital netted 1 goal each at the 2nd and 41st minute respectively. The lone goal of the losing team was scored by El Lemba at 36th minute, while in the 32nd league match, WYFC Wangjing dropped ASSA Sangayufam by 4-1. For the winners, Prio netted 3 goals at 8, 45 and 59 minutes respectively, and Hopshan added another goal at 18 minutes. The lone goal of the losing team was scored by Mohammad Babur at 35 minutes. Altogether, 9 football teams are participating in the league tournament organized by District Football Association DFA since August 17. The Indian tennis team will face Norway in the Davis Cup 2022 World Group 1, tied today and tomorrow at Hauksnes Hall in Lillehammer, Norway. India have named their top 4 men's singles players for the overtime. The Indian squad will feature Ramkumar Ramanathan, Yuki Bhamri, Prajesh Gunaswaran, Sumit Nagal. Meanwhile, Norway will have US Open finalist and world number 2 Casper Ruud on their ranks. India, however, will be without their highest-ranked doubles player Rohan Bopanna. The world number 21 Saket Meneni replace Bopanna. There are 24 nations, including India and Norway, competing in the World Group 1 stage of Davis Cup 2022. The 12 winners will advance to next year's qualifying round, while the losers will drop into Group 1 playoff zone. Before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top news headlines once again. All Manipur Working Journalists Union celebrates 48th Foundation Day. Works Minister Govindas Konthasam assures. And Manipur logs 2 new COVID-19 cases, 0 deaths in last 24 hours. State's recovery rate improves to 98.44%. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching ICE News and good night.